What's up everyone, it's Witters World here, and I'm here to speak on an issue that has been bothering me a lot lately in regards to some of these Jamaican athletes, right? I realize that nowadays these athletes, they don't want to run the relays for whatever reason. You know, some of them, they don't want to run it because they are not going to receive any bonus on their contracts for running it. Some of them aren't running it because they want to focus on their individual event. Some of them want to focus on their individual event that they're not even going to make the finals for, and they would have a better shot at running the relay. So I realized that it's a lot of different causes why some of these athletes aren't interested in participating in the relay. Some of these athletes don't want to participate because they don't want to run the curve, they want to run the straight. They will not run another leg or blah blah blah, even though they're probably not good on the legs that they want to run. So it's a plethora of issues. You know what I'm saying? But I see athletes from other countries that are doing well in their individual events, that are performing well, that still takes the relays seriously. So I want to ask now, why aren't we taking it as seriously as those other athletes that are performing well, that are from other countries? Because, okay, let's say they're not getting paid any extra for running the relays. Let's say they're not getting any bonuses in regards to the shoe contracts, right? They can still leverage a relay medal, because I've seen where athletes leverage these medals. Because if an athlete gets three gold medals at the Olympics or at the World Championships, and those medals are all relay medals, they will say they're a 3-time Olympic medalist or a 3-time World Championship gold medalist, right? And they can use these things as leverage to get other non-shoe related endorsements. So if money is the issue, there's a way you can still use the relays as leverage to earn more money outside of the shoe contracts, right? So I don't understand what's going on. And you know, when I look at the past, when I look at the Johan Blake, the Usain Bolt, the Michael Frater, these guys wanted to run the relays. These guys wanted to do well in the relays. And if we have a legend like Usain Bolt that's taking the relays seriously, why can't these other athletes that aren't even at legendary status, that aren't even in a final, take the relays as serious as our legends did? Okay, I've seen a situation where we were running to qualify for the 4x400, and J3As made it so that the athletes running the 400 meter that, you know, has some good times would just run the semi-final and final, so that they could preserve their bodies for the 4x400 meter to run the qualifying time for Jamaica. This was last year. Those athletes decided that they're still not going to run the 4x4 to help Jamaica qualify. They sat in the stands as if they are some top-notch athletes, barely making semi-final. at the games, barely making it out of the heat. Feeling these, the problem I have with these athletes is like they feel like they reach somewhere when they haven't reached nowhere in the sport, to be acting like that to justify their behavior. Now, if Kishane or Oblique decided that they're not going to run the relay, yes, we would be upset, but then we would be like, they would kind of have some bragging rights to do such thing, because those guys are exceptional in the sport. But it's baffling to me how these other athletes that aren't any superstars are being so, so cocky, so full of themselves. Like they are the greatest thing since sliced bread, not wanting to run the relays. So a lot of the times we blame the J3As, and we have all right to, because the J3A, they do not communicate. They do not communicate. So we have all right to say, the J3A this and that, because they do not communicate. But when you look on the other side, you realize that the athletes are also an issue. The athletes are behaving like children, right? So there are issues on both sides. So when we see certain athletes running like a KG and Golson, he has always made himself available. You know what I'm saying? So we cannot be cursing. So right now we need to look into things from a different perspective, because it's not that J3A is the fault of everything. Some of these athletes, guys, some of these athletes are behaving like a bunch of idiots, because you cannot tell me that there is no way you can't leverage a relay medal from a world championship or a relay medal from an Olympic Games. It can be leveraged. You can market yourself using those relay medals. You can market yourself, and a lot of these athletes, they will not medal at the championships unless they run a relay, but they're acting as if they are the greatest, and that, to me, is just crazy. It's just crazy. That's all I have to say today. May I go and walk and drink my coffee? I joke thing this.